Hello everybody, Robert Haynes of the Game House, and I am here with Blaber after a huge dub over Dignitas. Specifically, he played one hell of a Kha'Zix if you didn't get a chance to watch. How's it going, man?
I'm good. Yeah, had fun.
Well, yeah, no, I can imagine. I mean, you were popping off. That last fight was hilarious. The camera wasn't even anywhere near you. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but they watched you kill Tomo like at the last second, and I was like, oh, there's Blaber. I was wondering where he was.
Yeah, I got a flank on him because they were trying to engage past me, but they just left their ADC to die basically. I was too fed at that point, so there was really nothing they could do, honestly.
No, absolutely, and you guys played it really well. It's great to see you guys, come back after MSI. I know not necessarily having the results that you were wanting, but I was curious. You've come back from international events, specifically MSI, a few times now. Heading into the summer split, and I was wondering, what you have learned from past experiences, just in terms of like how you can get back on the horse and get into the split just a few weeks after traveling and all the international events.
Yeah, so I was pretty tired after MSI. We had a long spring into a pretty long MSI. We boot camped for like the 2 weeks before this tournament, and then, well, maybe 3 weeks even, and then we had about a week, so it's about a month out there, maybe a little bit less, maybe like 4 weeks. And then we came back, and then we actually were able to get a little bit of extra break due to the like postponement of the LCS. But yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling good for this summer, and I'm ready to keep crushing games.
Nah, absolutely. I'm sure you are. And with that, the meta feels pretty similar, actually, to what we saw at MSI and what you guys have been playing for the last couple of weeks. I was wondering, for a player like yourself, a veteran, right? Like, do you enjoy starting the split with a similar meta, or would you prefer changes to keep things more interesting, or what are kind of your thoughts surrounding that?
I think the meta is pretty good for us right now, personally. I think that we really understand this meta and that we're very comfortable with the current champs. However, next week it will be a different patch. I think melee supports will be a bit stronger as the range supports are getting a bit nerfed. So I think it'll change. I personally like change. I think the game can get stale if you're just playing the same champs over and over again. But it's also like you can find new picks even when the game doesn't change. Like, for example, Worlds is a really good example. At Worlds, the meta shifts dramatically, but the patch is the exact same. But you can see throughout the whole tournament that picks are changing. So even when you're on the same patch for a while, you can still see like the meta shift kind of.
Okay, and do you think that that's more just people experimenting, or maybe getting a little bit bored and having to experiment?
Uh, Sorry, why?
Yeah, so like,
Like,
does like the changes when a meta's been kind of around for a while, you're talking about seeing it at
oh,
Worlds.
okay,
Does
got
that
it.
come from people just wanting to experiment, or experimenting because they're bored?
No. So usually you only get about 2 weeks on a patch.
Hmm.
So you're not going to be on the patch for a very long time during the regular season, right? And you kind of just, for most teams, just like you just want to play the best thing to win. And usually the best thing to win isn't like that experimental, It's just like
Yeah.
what people are the most practiced on. But when you have more time, you want to find counters to the best picks, and that's how the draft evolves, where you find counters to what's currently, the most meta champs, and then that's how you can figure out your draft, basically.
Okay, now that makes plenty of sense. Sticking a little bit more with the international success, since you and I haven't had a chance to talk while you're at MSI or afterwards, what do you think that you guys, C9, this team specifically, has to do to maybe get over that hump internationally? What did you learn at MSI that you think maybe you guys will be able to take into potentially making it to Worlds?
Um, I mean, I'm really hopeful that we can make Worlds. I think that we have a really good chance this split. I think that we're one of the stronger teams in the league. And as long as we don't, suffer from some burnout or, I guess, play significantly worse, I think that we'll have a good chance of making it. And I think that we use MSI as a big learning experience. Actually, our scrims versus the Asian teams weren't going too horribly. And we thought that we could probably maybe take a game. It's very sad to me, at least, that we couldn't take a game off of either BLG or Genji. But I'm really hoping that we can take our MSI experience into Worlds and have a better showing, because I think that we'll be able to play better from what we've learned.
Okay, great. No, I love that. I love that. And talking about learning, right? You have now had Eminez like established as your mid laner, right? Nobody changing around. Everybody talks about mid jungle duo. How has that connection grown since he has jumped into the team? And how do you think your synergy can grow even more going forward?
I think Eminez is he's improving a lot as a player. I think that everyone knows he's super mechanically talented. He's very strong in lane. But he's been performing really well on even supportive type champs. Not supportive, but like not so like lane oriented champs, like I guess like Annie and Ari. I think he's really been improving a lot. I think that he still has his strengths being a really strong laner, but now he's also added that to his pool, and I think that's really helped us like increase what we can play in the mid jungle, and I think it's been good to work with.
Okay, great. Love that. And I know a lot of fans are looking forward to that synergy growing as well. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the 2-week break and everything. Obviously, like, there's a lot of discussion going on based on, the late start, LCSPA, and the Challengers, series, and I guess the whole ecosystem, right? But I want to know, like, what were those few weeks like for you personally? Were you pretty involved with everything that was going on, with the Players Association and the talks with Riot, or were you mostly just like us waiting for the results and kind of seeing what would happen?
I was pretty much chilling. I wasn't like super involved, I would say. We as a team took 3 extra days off, which was great for me because I was feeling a bit tired from MSI, like I said before, and it really helped me recover a bit, and now I'm feeling great for this summer split. So for me, it was just more of a break period, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that I'm sure a lot of players were working with that as well. Do you feel like, the results were a good start for the LCS PA, and the, I guess, some would call it protection, or just, I don't know, the start of a better understanding for a system that helped produce players like yourself?
I mean, honestly, I don't have too much to say on the topic. Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Especially because I wasn't even really a part of the demands that were being made. It wasn't something I came up with, or I had really pretty much input in, which is normal, right? Like that's it's pretty normal for any association. The people below don't really know too much. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good stepping stone, I guess, but I don't. Yeah, I just don't have much to say. I'm sorry.
No, that's totally fine. It's not a problem at all. Well, instead of grilling you on that stuff, I'm going to do what I normally do in my interviews called a lightning round, where I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions in quick succession. Just give me your best answer, as quickly as you can think of it. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Sound
awesome.
Good?
Sounds good.
All right, first one. What was your favorite new food that you tried in London, if you tried anything new?
I didn't try anything new, but I liked the kebab that I had the one time I had it. It was good. I don't have that very often in America, so I've had it before because I went to Germany in 2019, but and I've had it a couple times in NA, but yeah, that was good.
Okay, good. There's your recommendation if you're going to London, guys. Second one. What is your favorite champion to play right now on the current meta?
My favorite champion to play right now probably would be Kindred. I think Kindred's the most fun and very strong.
Okay, good. If you could change your name, your in-game name, would you pick another fish or something else?
Well, my name was made by my brother, so if I were to change my name, I would have no idea what I would change it to. I've never thought about that once, honestly.
No, that's good. All right, so we'll have to hit up your brother for your next in-game name. All right, this one's a little loaded, but are you the best LCS jungler of all time?
Am I the best LCS jungler of all time? I think it's definitely debatable right now. I would still give it to Smithy personally, because I mean, as many know, winning 4 times in a row is very hard. No one else has ever done it from the jungle position, at least. Obviously, his teammates, I think Impact and Doublelift did it. But yeah, it's very hard. And hopefully I can do it. You know, I'm at 2 right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get this one in the next one. But yeah, I would edge it out to Smithy right now still.
This man's too humble, and he's not helping my argument that I was making a couple weeks ago, guys. But that's okay. That's okay. My last one, and I asked this to every single pro. I gotta know, what is your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon?
Yeah.
So I played a lot of Emerald when I was growing up, and my team was Gardevoir, Crobat, Breloom, either Blaziken or Swampert. You know, you choose. Sometimes you swap it up, and then I had Metagross and Salamence. That was my team. But I would say my favorite would probably have been Breloom. I think Breloom was my favorite.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, great. Like I said, I love that pick, by the way. That is so out of left field. Like, I think that's a great choice. Great choice.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, man, thank you so much for your time, and good luck in your next game and, you know, the rest of your games for the rest of the split. Yeah, for those of you who are, you know, wondering, go make sure you check out the rest of the LCS season as it has started, and check out the Game House for all of your sports, esports, and gaming needs. We'll catch you all on the next one.